Our money is financing the extraction of fossil fuels.
So much happens with our money that we're not really aware of, depending on who we are and how much attention we pay to our investments and sort of follow the chain of money.
Banks have been able to get away with investing billions of dollars in the fossil fuel industry here in Canada. Very few people have been holding them accountable.
The top 10 banks worldwide who finance fossil fuels include 3 Canadian banks. Rather than a decrease, we have seen an increase in money flowing to fossil fuel companies every year. Just 60 banks have provided $3.8 trillion in financing for fossil fuels since the signing of the Paris deal in 2015.
There's basically 2 broad strands around divestment. One is a moral case, which is that if it's wrong to pollute the climate with increased carbon emissions, then it's wrong to be profiting off of investments holding fossil fuel stocks. There's also a powerful economic argument, which is that because there are far more reserves that we know about underground than what climate science tells us we can safely burn, the vast majority of the holdings of those companies, in terms of reserves, will not be able to be burned if we are to comply with things like the Paris Agreement on climate change. So there's a strong economic reason that the value that those stocks hold now will not maintain their value in the future because of governments and people around the world addressing climate change. And we're also seeing a lot of institutional investors, such as pension funds, basically looking at their portfolios and asking whether those investments make sense in the financial interests, respecting what they call the fiduciary duty of their beneficiaries. So all around the world, I think financial decision-making is starting to shift to take climate change into account after a long time of being warned and kind of looking the other way.
I think it's really important to target specifically institutions like banks because governments invest a lot of money into fossil fuels and that needs to be stopped. It's ridiculous that taxpayer dollars are going towards burning our future. I think the issue with governments is that they are very slow moving and it takes a long time to actually divest government money from fossil fuels. Banks can pull their money out of fossil fuel companies whenever they want.
We are urgently asking that you contact your bank and move your money to fossil fuel-free accounts. We are asking you to contact institutions and groups you are affiliated with and request that they do the same.
Under capitalism, we have made the climate crisis a lot worse because we prioritize profit over people, we prioritize extraction over natural resources, and so with divestment, we actually have a chance to move away from that model and move away from extractive industries, and we have a chance to invest it in a clean energy future.
To learn more, watch the next video in this series.